Question number 6. With reference to the casual workers employed in India, consider the following statements. Again, they have given 3 statements and options they have given. Again, whenever say this casual workers, actually what is happening is recently gone, and again it is related to the current affair. It's not a conceptual thing. It's a current issue. But a current issue, a concept of a current issue. But still it is related to current affairs only. So, because recently the government of India has started updating all these labor laws. So, they have already now drafted the 4 codes, already 4 are passed by the Parliament of India, and they need to implement it, because you need to take the states also into consideration. Some of the states and at the union level they are making the rules and regulations, but because of this entire labor issues, when it comes to the contractual system, when it comes to the industrial dispute settlements, when it comes to the trade organization, these were in the news. So, that is the reason why this question is asked. Now, this question is about the casual workers. Now, I will read the statement, then I will try to explain. All casual workers are entitled to employees' provident fund coverage. All casual workers are entitled to regulate working hours and overtime payment. The government can by notification specify that an establishment or industry shall pay wages only through its bank account. And this has made mandatory. Now, because some of the industries you cannot run the black money and you cannot do whatever you want. Okay, this was very important, because the government can by notification specify that an establishment or an industry shall pay wages only through its bank account. This was a recent thing and you have to be very clear. Okay, so when you know that third statement is correct, again you can eliminate option A. But again, looking into the first and second, what is this casual workers? See, casual worker means the relation between employee and employer. The relation between employee and employer is not permanent. The relation between employee and employer is not permanent. That means there is no bondage between employee and employer for next 20 years or 30 years. But if you recruited as a permanent employee, then your relation is there. But in case of casual, it is highly temporary in nature. You don't know, you may work for 1 week, you may work for 1 month, you may work for 1 year. You don't know. So, that is what we call it as casual laborers or casual workers. So, all casual workers are entitled to Employees Provident Fund Coverage. EPFO Act says that whether the worker is permanent or whether the worker is casual, he must be eligible to get the benefit of this Provident Fund. So, the Act says that, so that is the reason why this entitled to Employees Provident Fund is correct. Now, second statement I will read. So, second one is correct, third one is correct, means now you can eliminate 3. Now, the answer can be in B and D. The government, all casual workers are entitled to regular working hours and overtime payment. So, entitled to regular working hours and overtime payment. So, what is this regular working hour and overtime payment? Regular working hour means, okay, normally according to the Act, yes, 9 hours of work, 9 hours, according to the Act, 9 hours per day or the 48 hours per week. So, this is per week, this is per day. So, this is a regular working hour. And if it exceeded this, if it is an agricultural labor, then you have to get extra 1.5 time, and if it is a non-agricultural work, you should get a double amount of that. So, it is applicable in normal the working hours and overtime employment. Now, the point is, does these facilities are applicable to the all casual workers? This is the question. Does it really applicable to all the casual workers? Actually, state governments has to implement the provisions of this. But I cannot say like all the state governments are implementing these provisions and it is so strict that these provisions are there. So, when it comes to the implementation part, they are not doing. But apart from the implementation, the various judgments of the Supreme Court, the various judgments of the Supreme Court says that equal pay for equal work. So that means whether it is a casual or whether it is a regular employee, if how the regular employee is entitled for the regular working hours and overtime payment, likewise the casual workers must also be given. So that means there was a ruling from the Supreme Court that everyone should get, but does really everyone is getting? It's a question mark, and some of the states are so reluctant to implement it. But as a matter of theoretical, as casual workers are they entitled or not? Are they entitled or not? So according to the Supreme Court, they are entitled. According to the Supreme Court, they are entitled, but whether they are getting, it's a question mark when it comes to the implementation. But they are entitled, because when the Supreme Court judgment means it's a law, it's a law. So according to the Supreme Court, these all casual workers should be entitled to get the regular working hours and overtime payment, but in practicality it is different. So anyhow, so with that Supreme Court judge, we can consider it as a correct statement. And once, so okay, now the statement 1, statement 2 and statement 3, statement 1, statement 2, statement 3 is correct. So the answer is all the above, all the above. So all the above, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that means this one, D.
Amrita IAS Academy.